Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of the complete Rankin Bass Christmas collection on Blu-ray. This is new for 2023, the holiday season 2023. And I picked this up at Walmart. I think it was about 60 bucks. And basically in this video, the first part of it, I'm going to do the usual unboxing and just showing you guys everything that's included in this set. But then you can kind of see off to the side here, I'm going to do a big old compare and contrast with the DVD set that came out 1 year before this, and then some of the other Rankin and Bass stuff that I have in my collection. So I'll kind of compare and contrast stuff, but I'll do the unboxing of this first just for people who only want to see that part of this. So let's take a look at what we have here. This is like pretty much identical to the DVD set, as far as I know, except that it's on Blu-ray. I haven't taken a look to see if all of the bonus features are ported over, that sort of thing. It looks like they are though. But anyway, let's just take a good look at the packaging first thing, and it's very nice. Everything is embossed, like all the different characters, all the text, all that stuff. The Blu-ray logo up here is not, but anyways, it looks exactly the same pretty much as the DVD artwork, and it's good looking artwork. I think it's really nice. So that's that, and then there's the spine, and then here's a look at the back, and here we've got text description, listing of the bonus features included, and then it says and more, so there's more included. Then a list of each of the specials included, and then let's see, I'll show you the top and bottom real quick. Just has the title on top. The bottom is just a empty white, and then here's a look at the spine on this side too. So it just comes with a regular sized Blu-ray case. So we'll see what's included in here. I'm kind of curious to see how many discs there are and that sort of thing, because I know I said I'd compare a little later, but compared to the DVD set, this is quite a bit thinner. So, being a Blu-ray, there's going to be quite a few less discs, but, it's pretty noticeably thinner. So, yeah, with that all said, I think let's go ahead and open this up and we'll see what we've got inside. Okay, so here is a good look at everything now that I've got the wrapping off. So I'll just kind of give you a quick look over at this one more time since the plastic wrap is off. So I think it looks much better and jumps out at you a lot more now with that plastic off. So you can kind of see all the different characters embossed and everything. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is it's very nice artwork overall. So pretty cool there. I see maybe a little slight damage here, unfortunately. I didn't notice that before I opened it. But oh well, it is what it is. And here's a look at the spine again, and then the back. And maybe I'll just quickly read over which specials are included. We got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the classic, Cricket on the Hearth, Little Drummer Boy, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, The Year Without a Santa Claus, First Christmas, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, The Little Drummer Boy Book 2, Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, The Stingiest Man in Town, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, Jack Frost, Pinocchio's Christmas, The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, and The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. So there are a lot of specials here that I haven't actually seen, even though I have the DVD collection and that sort of thing. But the classics are the ones I've seen. I've seen Rudolph. I love Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, Little Drummer Boy. I've seen some of the other ones on here, but those are kind of the main ones anyways. Santa Claus is Coming to Town also. That's on here. So, but anyways, yeah, so there was a good look at this. Let's take a look at what we've got inside now. So just carefully pull this booklet out. Here's a look inside. It's just your standard case, nothing fancy about it. So there's a look at that. And I said that this was a standard size Blu-ray case. I guess that's not the case. Now that I actually pull it out, it's a little bit thicker. So this is kind of like your typical 4-disc, like 4-disc or maybe 5 or 6-disc kind of case. So yeah, that's more what I would kind of expect to see with a collection of this size with 18 features in it. So first thing, let's take a look at this booklet. And I believe that the DVD collection also did come with a probably identical booklet. Yes, there it is. So yeah, it looks like it's 100% identical, except that, you know, obviously the dimensions are a little bit different given that this is a Blu-ray. But let's take a quick look through some of it here. Let's see, I'll be very careful here. Introduction. And it's got artwork for each of the different features. The original air date, descriptions. I mean, it's really nice, and I'm kind of looking through this and acting like I'm surprised and stuff, even though I have the DVD collection, which is pretty much identical. But I actually haven't, like, you know, taken a look at the DVD collection since last year, so I've forgotten a lot of, you know, what's actually included here. So this is a really cool booklet, and then here we've got the listing of which episodes are on which disc, which is a spoiler, I guess, technically, because now we know that there are indeed 5 discs inside there. So here is how they separated them out. So it's like, you know, between 2 and 5 per disc, I guess. So that's interesting. Kind of interesting that you know, like disc 2 would only have 2 episodes, but then disc 3 has 5. I don't know, kind of funny. Maybe there's some recycling of discs from previous releases on some of these. That could be the case, actually. Just kind of looking at this. I don't know. We'll get to that in a little later. But for now, here's a look at the Blu-ray case for this. Looks pretty good to me, and it's pretty much identical to the slip box. So we'll go ahead and open this up and see what we've got inside. And inside we do have a little bit of inside artwork. It's kind of just this generic information, you know, kind of technical stuff, the different actors and actresses and those sorts of things. Let's see. Yeah, so just that kind of stuff. So you can kind of take a look at that. And then we do have the 5 discs. So here's disc 1. We've got Rudolph, Cricket on the Hearth, The Little Drummer Boy. Then the next one is Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Then the next one here with 5 on it is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, The Year Without a Santa Claus, The First Christmas, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, and Rudolph's Shiny New Year. So kind of a bummer that these are all, you know, kind of plain looking, just one color, but at least they chose red, which is a nice Christmas color. And so there's that, and I do got one disc floating here, it looks like. Does not appear to be damaged because it is a Blu-ray, and Blu-rays are fairly hard to damage appreciably. See if I can get this back in any way. There it is. So disc number 4 has The Little Drummer Boy, Book 2, Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, The Stingiest Man in Town, and Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. And then the final disc has Jack Frost, Pinocchio's Christmas, The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, and The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. So that basically takes care of what is on the 5 discs. And then here is a quick look at the, well, artwork if you want to call it that, but just the information on the right side here. And so that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and close this up. And then I'm going to just kind of set this stuff off to the side, and we'll do some compare and contrast with some of these other collections. Okay, so now we'll get to the part of the video, kind of the second part here, where I'll do a compare and contrast with a lot of these other Rankin and Bass DVD and Blu-ray collections that I've had over the years. And there've just been a lot of different releases and, you know, a lot of kind of things they've done, I guess, to well, whether intentionally or not, basically ensure that a lot of the diehard collectors did a lot of double dipping. In the case of this DVD release, which came out last year in 2022, I can't help but think that it might have been intentional that they released the DVD collection first, but not the Blu-ray collection until this year, because, since the DVD was the only one available, all the collectors went and got that, and then now that the Blu-ray is available, well, you obviously want to upgrade, so there's that, and so that's why I have both of these. Obviously, I'm probably going to get rid of this DVD collection now that I have the Blu-ray, but in any case, this gives an opportunity to kind of compare and contrast them, if nothing else. So this one does come with a booklet, just like the Blu-ray one did, and they are, like I said, basically 100% identical. The only difference being the dimensions of it, a little bit taller because it's a DVD set. And then, of course, in the back here, it shows you the distribution of the specials per disc. And this is a 9-disc set, unlike the Blu-ray set, just because, of course, you just can't fit quite as much stuff onto a DVD. And then, so that's the reason for that. And so this is it's a much thicker package and everything. We'll open this up and basically show you what we got. And it's, the whole setup is basically identical to the Blu-ray set, just, there's more discs in here. So you got Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Year Without a Santa Claus, Nestor, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, and there's a floating disc right there. Get that back in place a little bit. That's not holding very well, unfortunately. Frosty, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, Cricket on the Hearth, Drummer Boy Book 2, Stingiest Man in Town, Pinocchio's Christmas, Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. This particular case is not holding my discs very well, and that's unfortunate. It hasn't been a problem for me necessarily because, in storage, these are, once I kind of close the case, they're fine. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Usually I'm a pretty big fan of this style of cases, but this particular one's just not doing me very well. Anyways, Jack Frost, The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, and then The First Christmas, and finally Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. So that's kind of a compare and contrast of the DVD collection, and the differences are quite minor, except that, this is obviously a Blu-ray set versus the DVD set. So, but otherwise, 100% identical for the most part. So there's that. So you can get whichever version you would prefer, I guess. I mean, it seems like in general, I have, obviously I haven't seen the picture quality of these or anything. Blu-ray seems like a no-brainer to me, but maybe there's a reason to get the DVD over the Blu-ray. I don't know, but I have both of them for now at the very least. So these are the very first complete collections of the Rankin Bass, Christmas specials. So that is awesome. I know a lot of people, myself included, have been kind of hoping that this would be a way that they do it someday at some point. And so finally now they have them, kind of late in the game in 2023 here, now that physical media is starting to, well, at least in the big box stores it's going away. In online and other places it's still going strong, and perhaps even you could say thriving, but certainly some changing times with physical media, so they're kind of late in the game at getting this out, but at least they did. So that's the first complete Christmas collection of Rankin and Bass all in one, so that's awesome. In the past, what they've done is a lot of these compilation kind of discs, and so I think one of the more recent ones just before these came out was these sets here, and obviously all these were released individually, the ones on these sets that I'm going to show you here. But they had smaller collections of basically what have been kind of coupled together in collections for many years, even going back to VHS times, a lot of these. So not exactly with these, but they're having like 5 in 1 or something have been pretty common, 4 or 5 in 1, even 6 and 7. I'll show you another one here of Rankin Bass, whatever Christmas special. So this one here had Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Drummer Boy, and Cricket on the Hearth. I remember when I was a kid and there was, I think one of the very first DVD collections that came out for these Christmas specials had, at least I think instead of Cricket on the Hearth, it had the Frosty Returns special, which of course is not a Rankin Bass special, but that is one that the Frosty Returns special has always kind of been lumped in with these just because it's Frosty. Even going back to VHS times, that's how I remember growing up as a kid with those old FHE VHS tapes, the Family Home Entertainment VHS tapes. I think they had, in fact, a 5-in-1 big VHS set that had the 5 specials that are exactly listed here, except Frosty Returns instead of Cricket on the Hearth. So I don't know, but anyway, this is one of the most recent collections, basically, up before this one here. So yeah, I'll show you that real quick. Let's get the disc out here, or get the package out here. And this is interesting too. You can see that, compared to this newer release, these are all individual discs. So these are essentially like they're packing in the individual disc release into here as a 4-disc set. So we got Rudolph, Frosty, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the Little Drummer Boy, and Cricket on the Hearth, whereas a lot more are compiled into one disc over there. So, I'll have to double check all of this to make sure, because I don't know if every single special feature from, specials like this are ported over into here. It looks like there's certainly a lot of them, but I just don't know. I'd have to put all the discs in and double check and all that stuff, because it's not all listed on the packaging. It says, at least on this set, it says "and more." So I don't, I got to see what the "and more" actually means. But anyway, there's a look at this collection. There was also a companion steel book to it, which I picked up, and it's still sealed. Kind of got this for collector's purposes. Turns out to not be, I guess, a very good investment, mainly just because now we got this newer collection that kind of makes this a little bit obsolete. And plus, I don't think there was, I don't know if there's been too much demand for this steel book, like online or anything these days. So, I kind of collect things for my own sakes, but, I also collect things a little bit too if there's potential resale value from them for making a slight profit or something. And I don't know if that's the case with this one, at least not at this time. But in any case, there's a look at those two, the original Christmas specials collection. And so those are those. And then even before those, there's been more collections. So here's another one here, an older one. And so this is the original Christmas Classics Anniversary Collector's Edition. I don't know what the anniversary was. But this one includes 7 timeless stories: Frosty, Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Drummer Boy, Cricket on the Hearth, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, and there it is, Frosty Returns, the misfit, if you will, out of this, because, that's not a Rankin and Bass special. And you'll notice here, too, that it does not claim to be a Rankin and Bass, collection. It's just a Christmas Classics collection there, even though 6 out of the 7 of these are Rankin Bass. So, is Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol a Rankin Bass? Now I gotta double check. I don't remember. Maybe that's another misfit too, actually. Yeah, it looks like that might be. I don't know. I just couldn't remember. But anyways, so I'll open this up and show you guys this. I do have an extra disc floating in here. But, so this is it's just a 2-disc set, but they have the 2 discs floating in their own individual cases. So there's a look at there. Nice artwork on those. And then in here you'll see I have an extra disc just kind of freely floating. And it shouldn't be, but I only have this for one reason. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Sony Wonder Golden Books release. And the only reason I have this is for one special feature on here that I don't know was ever ported to any other release, which was the, it's like a alternate version of We're a Couple of Misfits or something like that. So that's the only reason I have that disc kind of freely floating. There's the Blu-ray disc right there. And I was also going to show you, because I was thinking of potentially getting rid of this set. Now actually in making this video I'm kind of having second thoughts of that. I do have a Frosty the Snowman standalone disc, which I was going to kind of use as just a, basically I have this to have Frosty Returns, since that's not included in here. I do like Frosty Returns. I grew up watching Frosty Returns as a kid, but obviously it doesn't fit in with that collection. So I thought I might just have this for a standalone. I found this at a thrift shop or something like that, someplace like that. Now I forget where exactly I got it. So I got that there. But I forgot that Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol is also not a Rankin Bass one. So maybe I'll just keep this one. I don't know. But in any case, for compare and contrast sakes, here's an older one. I don't know exactly which year this particular one came out. 2015, I guess. So even this one's not that old, I mean, I guess it's getting there. It's like 8 years old, but it's not too old, I guess. And then one last one I have, and this is kind of a random one. This has been out for a long time, this classic Christmas favorites, 10 holiday favorites DVD set. It comes in different case styles. This one has just regular size DVD case, but there was an older version that was more like it was thicker and it opened up kind of like a book, I think, something like that, if I remember correctly. But here's a quick look at this one. This is kind of a weird one. This includes The Grinch, and then it basically includes some older DVD releases of these Rankin Bass specials, and I do like the artwork on these quite a bit, so there's that. It's pretty cool. But there's that, so I'll show you what is kind of goofy about this one is that, let's see, there's a lot of glare going on there. This might be a little better. So basically you can kind of see it on the front cover. Basically we got the Grinch in here, plus all these other random Rankin and Bass specials. That's literally what it is. So the misfit in here is the Grinch being included, and then the rest of these are all Rankin Bass specials, which are all included in these. So there's really no reason for me to have this collection anymore, and I'll probably get rid of it. Even though I'll feel sad getting rid of it because it's just such a nice looking collection. But obviously I don't need to have it, so probably going to get rid of it. But anyways, there's yet another older release with Rankin and Bass specials in it. So as you can see, and I don't have all of the different releases. Almost all of these, these different specials have been released on their own standalone discs too. If you just wanted to buy the one special, so there's a lot out there. There's a lot that's been been released over the past many years, even going back to when. Back to the VHS days, all kinds of different collections and different releases and that sort of thing of these Rankin and Bass. They're popular. They're big money makers around the holiday season. So that's just kind of the way that goes. But with all of that said, I will say, to kind of finish things off, that it is really cool to have this entire collection on Blu-ray now. I just think that's really nice. And yeah, I'm glad to finally have this, in kind of an appropriate collection, as a lot of collectors had been hoping we would get eventually. And so now it's here. So this is pretty cool. And so with that said, I think I'll just show you this one last time. The Rankin and Bass Christmas Collection 18 Holiday Favorites on Blu-ray and also available on DVD. There it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next video.